Hello, my name is NOOB. In today's video I got another Warframe video for you guys. And in today's video I am on Hydron doing a 60 wave solo defense. Now this is Revenant and this is Dance Macabre. Now Revenant is a sentient inspired Warframe with Eidolon abilities. So before I start getting into details about the Revenant abilities, I will say what other things are helping me do this 60 wave solo defense. So I have about 3 specters in here. You guys see Chroma right there. I'm mainly using Chroma to get the weapon damage buff that he gets. He also gives me a little bit of extra armor and a little bit of extra health. So that's why I went with Chroma, but it's mainly for the weapon buff. I am using the Amperex. I don't really need it, but every little bit helps. So that's why I went with Chroma for Spectre. I also do have the Corrupted Bombard. Now he does help a little bit, but not all that much. I mainly have the Corrupted Bombard because of the shield that he has, the little sentinel that walks over him. He gives a shield to the cryopod, shield to me, and shield to the ancient healer. The last one, as I just mentioned, is the ancient healer. He's basically the most important specter in here. He does 95% damage reduction to allies, so to me, the cryopod, and everything. So for the focus school that I'm using, I am using Cenuric, obviously pretty obvious, for energizing dash to get energy over time. Also, I actually do come out of the operator. I use the operator quite a lot because of the void blast actually slows down enemies. It gives me time to think. It also lets me enthrall the enemy. So basically for crowd control, I use my operator quite a lot. And like I said, Cenuric has the electricity ability to every time you do energizing dash, basically electric bolts go all over the place and they actually do damage the enemy quite a lot, and they stun them also. So Cenuric for the focus school. So now that I covered mainly all the extra stuff that was helping me, I will start speaking about the Revenant and what are his best ability that mainly allow me to do this quite easily. So his most important ability that is basically allowing me to survive is Mesmer Skin. Mesmer Skin is the most important ability from Revenant. If you're going to try to do this for yourself, you gotta make sure you always have your Mesmer Skin active. It's basically like Iron Skin is your armor. So with this build I have about 168 power strength. Mesmer Skin is attached to power strength. The more power strength you have, the more charges you have. Now it's indicated by a number at the bottom of the screen, or your power ability section there at the bottom right of the screen. When you have Mesmer Skin active, it will, like I said, if an enemy shoots you, it will consume one of those charges and will put the enemy to sleep. And so the good thing about Mesmer Skin that you could combine them. Once the enemy shoots you and he goes to sleep, you can actually enthrall them. Enthrall them is Revenant's first ability. And the good thing also about Mesmer Skin is that it doesn't cost you any energy if the enemy does attack you and he goes to sleep like that. You see how that enemy just went to sleep? But with this build, you really do not have to worry about any energy or anything like that. It's very high efficiency build that I have, and also it's a very good, well-rounded build. Now Enthrall is basically his second most useful ability. Is a crowd control ability. You enthrall the enemy and the enemy will fight for you. It's kind of like Necro's ability. So basically it's like you enthrall the enemy. You could choose the enemy that will fight for you. Usually, technically, I use the enthrall near the end of the round for the Noxes. You guys know those Noxes are very deadly, and the bombards are also very deadly. So whenever I see a Nox or a bombard, I tend to throw them like immediately. I also do enthrall the little hyena master. And basically that guy is annoying. The one with the fire flamethrower right there, that guy, you gotta get him if you're gonna do this kind of thing. So basically, also a good thing about the enthrall is that once you actually target one enemy, you make him fight for you. You really could just go back to fighting and continue playing the game, because enthrall will actually have other enemies shoot the enemies, and it will kind of like multiply. and spread, so you could enthrall one enemy and then they will shoot each other and they will basically fight for you without you having to enthrall them individually one by one. So you could have up to 7 enthrall enemies at once. Now once you have 7 enthrall, there will be a icon. Actually, there's an icon at the top right of the screen, lets you know how many enemies you have enthralled. Now once you reach 7, you actually need to kill the ones that are enthralled for you to enthrall more. So make sure you pay attention to that, because sometimes there is an extra knocks in there in the map and you already have 7 enthralled, so you might want to, you know, kill an enemy that's not important that has been enthralled. Obviously, you know, bombards and noxes are kind of like priority, so keep an eye for that. So Revenant's third ability, I never used it, not even once in the entire 60 waves, so I'm not gonna speak about it because I never used it. It's probably the most useless ability. I'm sure it has some use, but I didn't use it, so I won't talk about it. And the last ability from Revenant is the Danse Macabre. Of course, you know, it's pretty much spin to win. It's the most powerful ability that Revenant has, and he does massive amount of damage. Not only does he has a lot of damage, you can actually boost the damage when the enemy shoot you. It basically, you will charge up that damage that is you're being taken, and it will actually redirect the damage back into the enemy. It will give you extra status. It will also modify the damage for depending on the type of enemy. So it will basically adjust the damage output. So if you're fighting Grineer, it will find their weakness and use all the incoming damage that you are receiving. It will redirect it through the beams and do that damage to the enemy, which is very powerful, especially when you boost. Now for boosting, I play on PS4. All you have to do is hold down R1. It actually does consume more energy over time while you are boosting, but like I said, this is a very high efficiency build that I have. So basically, whenever I do activate Danse Macabre, I boost like 24/7 all over the map. I actually pay attention to my energy bar, and if I'm running low, all I gotta do is just stop, hit one energizing dash, and I go right back to pretty much insta 100 energy, because I'm also using energy siphon, so I boost up my energy very quickly. Never do I need to drop energy pads.
Alright guys, so this is gonna be my Revenant build right here. So first enthrall, I have about 44 seconds on that. If you're gonna do this type of content, this type of high level stuff, you're gonna need a little bit more duration with your Revenant. If not, you don't really need it if you're gonna do lower level stuff. But I definitely recommend, if you're gonna try to replicate this, like I mentioned earlier, put a little bit of duration on there. Now for the Mesmer skins, with the power strength that I have, it's 10 stacks. I get 10 stacks, and then the enemies basically stay stunned for 7 seconds, so it gives me enough time to enthrall them. As you know, when you stun them with Mesmer skin, they go to sleep, and then you can enthrall them pretty much for basically free. You don't have to use any energy. But with my build, I have a very high efficiency, so you can see it costs 10, 20, 20, 20, and 10. So it's a very good efficient build. Now for the read right here, I do not use this ability, not even once in the entire session of the 60 wave. Now the Danse Macabre right here with the build is very efficient, so it has 2100 damage when I'm spinning by default, you know, but if I boost, it doubles it, so I got 4200. So obviously I have high efficiency, so I'm definitely boosting. Like as soon as I use my Danse Macabre, I'm always boosting. No need for me to conserve energy, unless you could clearly see on the minimap there are no enemies around. So there you go. Also the efficiency is right here. It only drains about 5 energy per second. Usually drains 20, so with this build it drains 5. So there you go. So that's what I have to say there about those stats. So the mods right here, I went with energy siphon. That's what I mentioned, that I have a high efficiency energy siphon along with the Sonoric School and energizing dash. Basically, if I need energy, I hit energizing dash and energy siphon, and you will see immediately, like I could almost get 100 energy within like I would say like 5 seconds, 100 energy instantly. So I went with enemy sense, because obviously if you're gonna do this kind of stuff, you're gonna need to see the enemies, especially at higher level. Also, I have about only 168 power strength. If you guys don't like what you see here, you can always change your energy siphon for enemy radar right here, and then on enemy sense you could just put, if you guys want a little bit more power strength, you could just put that what is it, power drift right here. If you guys want, there you go, if you guys are looking for a little bit of extra power strength. But basically I have it at 168. That's all you really need. I have range at default. You don't want to take down your range on this kind of stuff, especially with the Dance Macabre. So leave it at default. Efficiency is at 160. You only need one fleeting expertise for this. If you put streamline fleeting expertise, it will be good too, but you don't really need it. Just one fleeting expertise is good. And then the amount of duration that I have here also helps with energy efficiency, you know what I'm saying? So with the Dance Macabre, it consumes energy over time, so you put a little bit of power strength along with efficiency and it will kind of cancel all the other stuff out. You will get a lot more efficiency. As you can see, I told you, I showed you, it only drains 5 energy per second when I'm on there. So there it is. That is my Revenant build right there. I do have that Umbra Intensify. I formatted or upgraded it 3 times, and I have the Arcane Grace for backup. I didn't really use it because with the Mesmer skin, as long as you continue having your Mesmer skin active, you never really even get hit once. So keep your Mesmer skin active, but just in case, throw that Arcane Grace on there for extra health, and then the Arcane Guardian for extra armor. It will give you extra time to activate your Mesmer skin. Just in case you get hit once or twice, you will get a boost of 600 armor, which is massive. And I have a default right here about 105. So along with the Arcane Guardian, it will give you, you know, about 700 armor. So he's very tanky, especially with the Arcane Guardian. So I definitely recommend you having the Arcane Guardian there. And with this build and the Mesmer skin and duration and stuff like that, you know, he's very, very strong and very powerful Warframe. Now for the primary weapon, I went with the Amprex. Basically, this is what I have right here. It has a critical chance of 80%. I have the Prime Point Strike. It's just 150 extra critical chance, and along with the Argon Scope, it's another 135 on top of that. So this will go over well over 100%. So you know, I have definitely critical chance is very important. The Amprex is a very strong weapon. It's very OP as hell. Along with this ribbon that I have, 200 extra damage and critical damage. So yeah, you guys could do the math. So obviously I went with corrosive because I was doing against Grineer enemies, so you would definitely want corrosive on there. And yeah, the Amprex alone is a ridiculous strong weapon. So there it is. This is my Amprex build right there. The Sicaris Prime, I'll show you the mods, but I didn't even use it once. This is what I have, 312 damage. Very good weapon. This is kind of just if you guys want to see what I have, but I didn't use it, not even once. But those are my mods there for the Sicaris. This Sinistar I definitely use, so I went with this build right here. It has 900 heat and 1300 corrosive damage. And this is my build. Of course, you gotta have that Prime Reach on there. And Spoil Strike, yes, it takes down your speed, but if you can see right here, it's just fine. You guys saw me on the video, it works just fine. So yeah, this is my Sinistar build. Corrosive damage, very, very powerful melee weapon. And those are the mods that I went with. So the Carrier Prime is the Sentinel that I took specifically for the ammo case right here. You guys know the Amprex eats up a lot of ammo. So ammo case I recommend, like you can see here, this is my ammo build. Of course, you gotta have that Prime Regen and Sacrifice for extra backup just in case things go wrong. I did that once, but I mean, you know, it was just a mistake on my part. Actually, the game kind of glitched, and when I was activating my Mesmer skin in front of a bunch of enemies, I somehow got hit and I died. So but anyway, that is my Carrier Prime build right here. like I said, this is just basically the most important mod right here. You just want extra ammo for your Amprex. And the sweeper right here, just extra backup or a little bit of radiation and stuff to help out on the helping the enemies attack themselves. You know, the radiation damage confuses the enemy and stuff like that. But that is my build. That is my entire. That is what I use to do 60 waves solo on Hydron. If you guys were interested on the build,
so there it is, guys. I believe I gave you all the information you guys need to know if you guys want to try this out for yourself. Now, Revenant is a very good Warframe overall. I believe he's very well rounded. There's only one ability that I don't agree. I think it needs some work. The third ability that I didn't speak much of. But overall, he's a very good Warframe. Definitely give him a try, guys. Now, the last thing is why would I do a 60 web defense solo on Hydron? So basically, when I'm get a new Warframe, I would like to test them out, take them into endgame or higher level stuff to see what kind of, you know, if he's good or not. So this is kind of how I test it. It's my fun. This is how I enjoy the game. Yeah, I could do this in the simulacrum or whatever, but it's really not the same, guys. You know, it's different situation, and it's way more fun doing it this way. So, and now we'll leave you guys with the rest of the gameplay if you guys want to see it to the end. And if the video was helpful, drop me a like. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button for more Warframe videos. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, subscribe, like, comment, and share, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?